Are you tired of the endless cycle of late-night regrets? The hazy memories, the pounding headache, the feeling that your social life is taking more from you than it gives. We've been conditioned to believe that meaningful social connection happens after dark, under neon lights. But what if that's no longer true? What if I told you there's a rapidly growing movement that's flipping the script, offering connection, energy, and genuine well-being, all before the sun even sets? Welcome to the Daylife Movement. This isn't just a fleeting trend. It's a quiet revolution, a fundamental shift in how people, especially younger generations, are consciously choosing to live and connect. It's about proactively ditching the dimly lit bars and obligatory late-night scenes for something far more invigorating. Bright, active, and deeply social daytime experiences. This is a deliberate choice to trade exhaustion for energy, anxiety for joy. It's about finding fulfillment and friendship without sacrificing your health, your goals, or your precious next morning. So, what's the real driving force behind this shift? It goes far deeper than just avoiding hangovers. First and foremost, it's a response to a deep-seated, universal need for authentic human connection. In a crowded bar, you shout over the music. At a Daylife event, you share a conversation. These are environments designed for genuine interaction, where relationships are forged in shared activity and mutual encouragement. It's about building a community where vulnerability is welcome and you can be your true, unguarded self. Secondly, this movement is a radical commitment to our own holistic well-being. By socializing during the day, we align with our natural circadian rhythms, which is scientifically proven to lead to better sleep and more sustained energy. We trade artificial light for natural sunlight, boosting our vitamin D and our mood. We engage in activities that nourish our bodies and minds, releasing endorphins that combat stress. We are actively reducing the social anxiety that so often comes with alcohol-centric events, creating a space where feeling good is the entire point. And perhaps most importantly, Daylife is a powerful antidote to the epidemic of digital loneliness. We've all been there scrolling through perfectly curated feeds, feeling more disconnected than ever. Daylife pulls us away from the screen and into the real world. It's about rediscovering the texture of face-to-face interaction, the spontaneity of a shared laugh, the simple power of being present with other people. It's about creating a life so vibrant and fulfilling that you no longer feel the need to escape from it. It's about belonging. This is just the beginning of a profound change in how we socialize. This is more than a trend. It's a new chapter. In Part 2, we'll take you on the ground and inside some of the most exciting Daylife events. From sober dance parties to wellness retreats. Subscribe now so you don't miss it. We have explored the why behind the Daylife movement, the deep human need for connection, well-being, and authenticity. We will now dive into the what. We're going on the ground to show you exactly what it looks like and feels like to live the Daylife. This is where the philosophy meets the pavement. Let's get into it. It often starts with sweat, with shared breath, with community in motion. Forget lonely gym sessions where everyone is locked in their own world. We're talking about spin classes where the collective energy, the rhythm of the pedals, and the instructor's encouragement create a shared peak experience. It's about pushing further than you thought you could go because everyone around you is doing the same. We're talking about sunrise yoga, where you connect with your body and the people around you before the world even wakes up, sharing a moment of collective calm. Or maybe it's a hike, where conversations flow as freely as the trail unfolds, with no pressure or expectation. This isn't just exercise. It's building bonds through shared effort and mutual encouragement. The goal isn't just fitness. It's a feeling of togetherness. Now, let's talk about letting loose. Imagine a dance floor where the only thing you're intoxicated by is the music, where the bass is deep, the energy is electric, and everyone is there for one reason: a pure, uninhibited love of dance. This is the sober rave. It completely subverts the idea that you need a substance to feel free. Here, the currency is joy. It's a space of psychological safety where you can be goofy, be weird, be fully yourself, without an ounce of judgment. The bar serves not beer, but elixirs masterfully crafted, non-alcoholic cocktails that delight the senses. This is proof that the best highs are all natural, generated from within and shared with everyone on the floor. From the heat of the beat to the shock of the cold. The latest frontier in daylife, wellness brings people together in the most primal way: fire and ice. It sounds intense, and it is. Groups gather in saunas not just to sweat, but to talk, to open up in the disarming warmth. And then comes the challenge, the cold plunge. That sharp, breathtaking moment of truth that silences your mind and grounds you in the present. It's an intense, personal test, but it's a collective experience. The cheers of support, the shared gasps, the triumphant laughter afterward, the bond you form when you go through that fire and ice together that shared. Resilience is unbreakable. These are just a few snapshots of a world buzzing with energy, a world that is creative, healthy, and deeply social. But these activities are just the setting. The real story, the real heart of the movement, is about the people. In the next part, you'll hear their stories in their own words. We'll meet the individuals whose lives have been transformed, who found community and purpose in the light of day. Subscribe, and I'll see you there. Presenter, we've seen the energy, the activities, the sheer joy of the Daylife Movement. But a movement isn't just made of events. It's made of people. It's made of individual stories of transformation. Today, we're stepping back to let you hear from the people who live this change every day. These are the voices of the movement. Mark. For years, I thought something was wrong with me. I'd go out with friends, and by 11 p.m., I just felt drained. The noise, the pressure to drink, the superficial conversations, it all felt like a performance. I wanted to dance. I love music, but I hated the container it came in. The first time I went to a sober dance party, it was like a key turning in a lock. There was no pretense. No one was trying to be cool. It was just pure, unadulterated joy. For the first time, I felt like I could completely lose myself in the music without losing a part of myself in the process. It's not about being sober. It's about being present. Sarah, I moved to the city about a year ago for a new job. For the first 6 months, I was profoundly lonely. My life was work, my apartment, and endless scrolling on my phone. Making friends as an adult felt impossible. The idea of going to a bar alone was terrifying. Then a colleague invited me on a group hike. It was so low pressure. You're walking, you're in nature, you just talk. There are no awkward silences. From that hike, I joined an outdoor yoga group. Suddenly, I had this community. These are real friendships, built on shared sunrises and muddy trails, not blurry nights. It saved me from my isolation. David, as a designer, I was completely burned out. I was staring at a blank screen for hours, feeling this immense creative block. My mind felt like a tangled mess of anxiety and deadlines. A friend convinced me to try a sauna and cold plunge session. I was skeptical, but the experience was elemental. The intense heat of the sauna quiets your mind, then the shock of the ice water just resets everything. It's like a forced mindfulness. All the noise, all the anxiety, it just vanishes. I came out feeling not just energized, but clear. That clarity followed me back to my work. It's become my secret weapon for creativity and mental resilience. Presenter freedom, community, clarity. 3 different stories, 1 common thread, the search for a more authentic way to live and connect. Their journeys show that Daylife isn't about giving something up. It's about gaining everything. So, how can you start your own journey? In our final part, we'll give you a practical guide to begin. We'll show you how to find your community and start living your day life today. Subscribe so you don't miss it. We've explored the why, the what, and the who of the Daylife movement. We've seen the powerful shift away from draining nightlife and towards energizing connection. We've heard the stories of transformation. Now, we arrive at the most important part of this series, you. The question is no longer, what is it? But, how can I be a part of it? This is your practical guide to starting your own Daylife journey. The first step has nothing to do with events or other people. It starts inside, with a simple mindset shift. For too long, our social default has been let's grab a drink. The first step is to question that default. Ask yourself, what do I genuinely love to do? What makes me feel alive? Maybe it's art, maybe it's nature, maybe it's learning a new skill. Now, frame your social life around those passions. Instead of asking, where can we go? Start asking, what can we do? This isn't about subtracting nightlife. It's about adding life to your days. Once you know what you're looking for, it's time to find your community. You are not alone in this search. Start online, but with the goal of getting offline. Use community platforms and search for groups based on your interests. Hiking, book clubs, board games, morning yoga. But don't stop there, look locally. Check the bulletin boards at community centers, libraries, and coffee shops. These are hubs of local activity. Follow local wellness studios, climbing gyms, and creative spaces on social media. The goal is to see where people with shared values are already gathering, and then show up. It takes courage to go to something new alone, but remember Sarah's story that one brave step can change everything. But what if you look and the community you want doesn't exist? Then you get to be the one who starts it. This is the most empowering step of all. Don't feel like you have to organize a massive event. Be the initiator on the smallest possible scale. Text one friend, want to go for a walk, and grab a coffee Saturday morning. Organize a simple picnic in the park and invite a few people. You will be amazed how many people are waiting for someone else to make the first move. You can be that person. You plant the seed and you watch the community grow around you. So, this is my challenge to you. What is one step you can take this week? This marks the end of our series, but it's the beginning of your story. The Daylife Movement is not a rigid club with rules. It is a conscious, creative act of building a life that aligns with your values. We want to see it. Share your first Daylife experience, big or small, using the hashtag #MyDayLifeJourney. We'll be looking for the most inspiring stories to feature in a future Community Spotlight video. Your story could be the spark that inspires someone else to begin. Thank you for watching. Now go and live your day.